The Stars are out in Waco, Texas. It's a big one in the Big 12, and it's next on FS1. It's a Waco tradition. The Baylor line. Here they come. McLean Stadium is lit tonight, and it should be. A pair of 6 and 3 teams are meeting in Waco. It's K-State on the road to get the Baylor Bears. Welcome in, everybody, with Devin Gardner. I'm Adam Alexander. It's so good to have you with us for this college football Saturday night. You look at Baylor. They're the reigning champs in the Big 12. They're peaking at the right time. They've won 3 in a row. They are playing well.
Yeah, without question, and on offense, they want to have balance. Not like any other team in the country. Everybody wants to have balance, but their balance starts with the run game, and it's 2 guys in particular. Craig Squirrel Williams and Richard Reese. They do a great job in the run game. Now, it's important to note the true freshman Richard Reese was a little under the weather a week ago, so he couldn't contribute the way he wanted to. He played a little bit, and that guy Squirrel, number 0 in these green jerseys, he was exceptional. Almost 200 yards of rushing. How about that from Squirrel? Today, he's going to get his running mate back there.
It's a true 1-2 punch for the Baylor Bears on offense. What about the Bears on defense? Who do they fear more tonight? Is it K-State quarterback Adrian Martinez or that dynamic running back Deuce Vaughn?
Pick your poison. If I'm the defensive coordinator and the guys on defense, I don't know who I want to see, but you don't want to really see any of them. Adrian Martinez, the dual threat quarterback, true dual threat quarterback. He does a great job through the air. He does a great job on the ground. He can hit the home run both ways, but everybody came to see the guy you were talking about, Deuce Vaughn, one of the most electrifying football players this country has to offer. He'll hit the home run as a pass catcher, but he'll also do it with those electrifying legs.
How many times will we say it tonight? Deuce is loose. It's Waco after dark. Baylor, K-State. Kickoff is next. Three weeks to go in the regular season. Let's look at the top portion of the Big 12 standings. TCU unbeaten at 6-0. Obviously, they control their own destiny. 3, 4, and 2 teams after that. So basically tonight, for Baylor, K-State, it's an elimination game. You lose this one, you're probably going to have a real uphill climb if you're going to find your way to the Big 12 title game. So how did we arrive at the 4 and 2 mark for the Bears and the Wildcats? Really opposite ends of the spectrum. K-State goes 3-0 to begin conference play. The Bears were 1 and 2. Then they invert. Kansas State losing 2 of their last 3. The Bears have won 3 in a row. They're both 4 and 2 as we get ready to do battle here tonight. Chris Klieman, the head coach, in his 4th season leading K-State. Dave Aranda, coach of the year in the Big 12 last year, in his 3rd campaign on the sideline for the Baylor Bears. Baylor won the toss. They defer. K-State gets it to start this one. And it will be Noah Rauschenberg to put it in the air. Off we go on a Saturday night in Waco. Into the end zone it goes, a touchback, and it will be the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. And there, as you said, dual threat quarterback Adrian Martinez, the transfer from Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a breath of fresh air for this Kansas State offense. He can do it all. And the stats don't do him even justice because he had to sit out a few games with injury. But they've got their quarterback back. He's healthy, and he's ready to give this Baylor defense fits.
Yeah, good news if you're a K-State fan, because there was a lot of talk this week about injuries. Malik Knowles, Cade Warner, the 2 receivers, limited time in practice, both suited up and in the starting lineup. That's a nice advantage for this offense. That's Brooks in motion. Martinez throwing on 1st down. And he dumps it off to the tight end. That's going to be Ben Sinnott who has the grab. TJ Franklin there to make the tackle. We'll say his name a lot tonight as we look at the starting offensive line for the Wildcats.
Yeah, this offensive linemen don't get the just due they deserve, because they create those big holes for their smaller in stature running back, Deuce Vaughn. But these wide receivers, especially Malik Knowles, very special, and they can create huge plays in the pass game.
Gain of 4 on 1st down, 2nd down and 6. Here's Vaughn. Takes it out close to the 35, a bit shy of the 1st down. 3rd down and short. Here are the defenders for the Bears.
the defensive line. Gabe Hall is a guy, 95, that you want to take a look at, because when talked to Coach Randy, he said he's been a little up and down. In the spring, they thought that they would have a monster, and early in the season, it was a little underwhelming, but it looks like he's playing his best football now, and that's exactly what Coach Randall wants.
Defense has been playing great the last few weeks. In fact, the last 2 weeks, forcing 8 interceptions. First down carry as Vaughn goes across the 40 on 3rd and short, and the Wildcats come out mixing it up, getting it done on the offensive side of the football.
Yeah, what you're going to see is these big hogs, they are going to create a new line of scrimmage. And what I mean by that is they're going to take the defensive linemen and move them back at least a yard. And they do a good job of getting to the second level as well. But on those short yardage situations, Deuce Vaughn is going to have his pick of getting through the line and finding the yardage needed.
First down from the 42-yard line for K-State. Martinez to pass. A little high, but pulled down by Cade Warner. His first grab of the night. Boy, has he been a difference maker this year. Really has taken the next step for the Wildcats.
Without question. And for Adrian Martinez, he goes to the boundary or the short side of the field on that snap, and he shouldn't have been able to complete that pass because Baylor's defense rode the corner up, and the threat of Warner running behind him, he's still backed up. I just don't understand why he would do that, because he had safety help over the top. You should squat on that and force Martinez to go to the field.
Gain of only 2, second down and 8. They're passing again. And it's again the tight end Ben Sinnott who makes the grab. Christian Morgan is there defensively, and the linebacker that does it all, Dylan Doyle, also number 5 for the Bears.
It's a good design using Deuce Vaughn on the edge, right into the flat. It removes Doyle, the linebacker, who's lined up over the tight end number 34, Ben Sinnott. Ben Sinnott gets vertical, hooks up, and turns around. On routes like that, it's called a stick route, where he has an option of running out or turning and hooking up. When you want to turn and hook up, it's in zone defense, and that's what he saw right there. Nice job by Sinnott, and a great job by Adrian Martinez.
Sinnott, a dynamic player, 6'4", 247, did get the first down, and he's got his 3rd catch of the night here. Greeted not so friendly by Devin Lemire on defense.
It's a nice job by Al Walcott making sure that he stops Adrian Martinez from getting on the edge. When the Baylor Bears defense has trouble, and when most defenses who face Adrian Martinez have trouble, they allow him to get on the edge and start to create. And when he gets on the edge and starts to create, it is trouble for the defense. He is so special on the edge. Great job by Walcott, stopping him on his tracks and making him get the ball out early.
Yeah, Ron Roberts, the defensive coordinator for Baylor, told you and I earlier this week, we want to keep him in the pocket, number 1. If he escapes, let him escape outside, because once he escapes up the middle, he becomes a real playmaker. Second down carry for DJ Giddens, the freshman running back who spells Deuce Vaughn here. We don't see him touch the ball a lot, but they've started to utilize him more, not just getting carries, but he comes in and serves as a blocking back, and it looks like he'll stay in here on 3rd down and 5.
The way this offensive line is playing, I mean, it doesn't matter who you have in the running position, because they're going to create a new line of scrimmage. They do a good job there, but now they have both backs on the field, so you imagine that they're going to get Deuce Vaughn in a pass-catching situation in the flat, maybe a Texas route where he goes out to the flat and comes back over the middle.
Saw Ron Roberts, came over from Louisiana, has done an outstanding job leading his defense in recent weeks. Martinez on 3rd and 5, going to take off. Gets outside contain, and he steps out of bounds as he goes inside the 40. I think he might have stepped out a yard shy. We'll see where they spot it.
And I think he understands the situation, that they're probably going to go for it if he gets close, right? He didn't even look like he's strained to try to get that first down, because he knows they're going to have another opportunity to get behind this offensive line and allow them to create a new line of scrimmage. And we have to see if Baylor can buckle down and try to stop him, because they're going to put the ball in the hand of their running back.
It's going to be 4th and 1. And in a game like this, these plays are enormous.
Q power off the right side.
Vaughn, the motion man. They throw it to him, and he will dance his way across the yard to gain. First down, Wildcats.
Nice job. They put Deuce Vaughn out wide. When he motions in, it loosens up the defense, right? They loosen up, get the ball to him quickly, and it's essentially like him running the power right behind his offensive line. All you need is a yard. Very nice design and a very nice job by offensive coordinator Colin Klein.
Hey, and Brooks and Knowles out there getting dirty, throwing blocks, doing what they need to do from their wide receiver position.
To the field, they're giving free release, free access to Malik Knowles, the talented wide receiver.
They're going to run on first down. This is Giddens. He gets a few inside the 35. You know, we talk about K-State and their ability to get it done on the ground. Across the board, though, you look at Baylor, you look at the Wildcats, both of these teams deliver when it comes to handing off the football.
When these two offenses are running and they're moving well, it's because of the run game. They both rely on it a great deal.
What about this drive for K-State? I mean, they're mixing in the run and the pass. They've already eaten up 6 minutes off the clock. 2nd down and 8 here. And they stay on the ground once again with Giddens. Not much happening. And it'll be 3rd down and +5. Make it 6 yards. And an injured player for the Bears. Back here in Waco, the injured player, Siaki Ika, walks off under his own power. You hope he's okay because he's a big part of that Bears defense. Champions Mindset now, sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay.
For K-State, they got to make sure that they make shape and beat them. They can't allow that two-headed monster to get loose, and they have to ISO Deuce Vaughn on the Baylor Bears linebackers. They have struggled throughout the season when their linebackers get in those situations. For Baylor, you got to feed the beast. You got to make sure you get that two-headed monster going, and also find where number 22 is.
And they're going to pass it on 3rd down and 6. It's tipped and incomplete. As soon as that ball was batted in the air, it reminded me of what this Baylor defense has been doing the last couple of weeks, and that's turning over their opponents. T.J. Franklin getting those big mitts in the air.
I mean, it's devastating for a quarterback because Adrian Martinez, he has a guy and he can't get it to him because the ball's batted by a defensive lineman. A nice job by Baylor's defense, but this K-State offense is going to stay out there. They have seen something. They got free release down here at the bottom of the screen if they want it.
Ball spotted at the 32. 4th down and 6. Sennett moving left to right. And a whistle, and the Wildcats going to call a timeout. You know, when you look, 12 plays on this drive for K-State, none longer than 8 yards.
Yeah.
They are just chipping away. But you start to get them in 3rd and 5+, it changes the dynamic of this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that they have some things that they can do out there. They have talented Malik Knowles out there, obviously the also ultra reliable Cade Warner. But if they're going to continue to give free release and allow your wide receivers to run down the field, they got to allow Adrian Martinez to throw that ball on the outside. And I think here's an opportunity right here.
Well, we talked off the top about the two-headed monster, Martinez and Vaughn. The reality is it's a three-headed monster. Malik Knowles, as you said, a tremendous playmaker in this offense.
This could be a mismatch out here. Ben Sennett.
Martinez 5 of 6. Steps up and he's going to be sacked. Garmin Randolph was there. Fifth sack of the year for Garmin Randolph.
They bring pressure here, and it's confusing. They don't know who to block. You got outside coming in. Nice job by those two young men making the play together. The tackle and Deuce Vaughn got confused on who to take, and neither of them took either of them.
Matt Jones, couple of sacks on the year. He came from his linebacker position. He, too, had a hand in that for the Baylor defense. So the Bears get their first opportunity offensively. K-State keeps it for nearly the first half of the opening quarter, but nothing to show for it, and good field position here for Blake Shapen. And he hands it off to the squirrel, Craig Williams, his first carry of the night.
The one thing that this Baylor offense wants to do is have balance, and Shapen this season has done a much better job of performing under duress. And what I mean by that is he does a good job when everything's perfect, but when we talked to offensive coordinator Coach Grimes, he said that he has done better in those third-place situations that happen a lot in football.
Quick pass near side. Monterey Baldwin has the grab from Chapin. Here are the starters offensively for the Baylor Bears.
Coach Aranda has been super impressed with Micah Mazuka. He's an offensive lineman, a young guy, a sophomore, but he's performed as well as anybody on the offensive line. Big number 65.
Richard Reese is in. Williams got that opening carry. Now number 29, the true freshman, will get his opportunity at running back. That catch for Baldwin, good enough for a first down. Ball's at midfield. Reese the carry. Picks up 4 before he is hammered. Julius Brents comes through to make the tackle for K-State. And here are the starters on defense for the Wildcats.
This defense is led by Felix Anyudike Uzama. He is a force on that defensive line. Big number 91. Only a junior, right? He's not even a senior, but was super productive a year ago, and is coming into this season is trying to recapture a lot of that same form. Another one to note, Daniel Green. He's healthy for the first time this year, number 22 in white.
A little option on 2nd and 6. Reese has got running room. First down inside the 35 for the Bears. Kobe Savage stopped him, but not before. The Bears have another 1st and 10.
Assignment football. Number 21 is going to be the guy that's responsible for the back, but he gets blocked. And once he gets blocked, there's running down the field for the young Reese. He's healthy. We talked about it in the open. He was feeling under the weather last week. Looks like he's fine to me, Adam.
Gavin Holmes blocking downfield. That is nice from the receiving group. Chapin to throw. This is Josh Cameron. Really exploded onto the scene last week at Oklahoma. Big pickup on first down inside the 25. Again, it's Kobe Savage with a tackle for K-State.
It's a very nice job by the tight end and tackle, Connor Galvin, getting outside. Now, when you run plays like that to the field, it's kind of difficult for those tackles to get to the field and block those defenders. But when you run it to the short side, Connor Galvin got out there and made sure that he cleared the way so you can get close to a first down.
You know, Cameron was a virtual unknown in this offense. Last week started making plays, and he has earned his time. They'll run it here on 2nd down and 2. And plenty of room again. This time it's part 3 of their running game. Quaylen Jones, he's the big guy, the bruiser, if you will.
Yeah, the one guy we didn't mention. Quaylen Jones is a big part of this running game as well.
Junior from Grand Prairie, Texas. Quaylen Jones. Closing on the 5-minute mark here in our opening quarter. K-State with a great drive, turned it over on downs, and now the Bears on the move inside the 20. It is a first down. Quick pitch near side. This is Reese, tripped up before he can get to the corner by Brendan Mott.
It's a nice job by Brendan Mott. This is the play that K-State struggled to stop last week against Texas, that wide zone, and it's what Baylor loves to do. But Mott does a good job of hitting, it's extending, and making sure that he pushes the offensive lineman into the backfield and stop that play in his tracks.
Red zone big tonight for both these teams. Squirrel in the backfield. They tried to set up the screen to the tight end, Ben Sims. K-State read it like a book, and Chapin just has to throw it into the dirt.
Baylor won a tight one last week to Oklahoma, and they had a lot of imagination from offensive coordinator Coach Grimes. He made sure that the camera didn't know where the ball was, the players didn't know where the ball was. That's a great job by K-State, scouting what they saw last week and knowing that there's going to be some misdirection and being prepared for it on that screen.
Squirrel Williams, the running back, on 3rd down and 9. The tight end Johnson goes in motion over the middle. It's tipped and intercepted. Savage has got it. Flags on the play, but this is well after the interception. The Wildcats aren't going to have great field position, but they turn away the Bears in the red zone with a turnover.
Yeah, and that's 100% on Chapin. He does a very good job of getting through his reads. It's easy reading where he goes progression from left to right, and then he gets almost far right over the ball, and he throws the ball high. High tip balls over the middle of the defense is going to be the death of any offensive drive, and right there, Chapin pays. Savage,
his 3rd interception of the year.
The result of the play is an interception. After the interception and during the return, illegal block in the back, number 1, Kansas State. It's half the distance to the goal, first down.
Josh Hayes gets the penalty. K-State's got the ball. First turnover of the night. Wildcats on offense when we come back to Waco.
Welcome back to Waco. Let's take a look at that third down play. Shapen loves pure progression, and Coach Grimes, the offensive coordinator, gave him exactly what he wanted. He gave him a pure progression read across the formation. He goes 1, he goes 2, and then he goes 3 right there. But he just throws the ball over his head. He has what he wants. He puts that ball in his body. He's going to be able to turn Josh Cameron and make a play. The ball's high, tipped in the middle of the defense. Opportunistic K-State interception.
Third K-State interception. In the last 5 games, they forced 17 turnovers this year. When you look at the plus-minus on turnovers, they are one of the best in the country.
Now they're in the black zone here, and I talk about it all the time. You have this drill in practice where the goal is to get 2 first downs because it's almost unlikely to drive the entire length of the field. Obviously, you want to, but a win is get 2 first downs so you can punt this ball away and flip the field. Obviously, they want to go down and score, though.
Vaughn got 6 yards on first down. Martinez throwing on second down, and it should be a first down. Warner caught it on the sideline.
There's the free release that they had all in the last drive. They just didn't really exercise and use it. I love to see Adrian Martinez get back, play on time, and drive the ball on the outside to Warner. Warner is a really good story because he's really become a reliable piece of this offense that Adrian Martinez truly trusts.
I know Martinez turned it over a couple of times last week against Texas, but boy, he seems to be playing really relaxed, running this offense.
Oh, yeah.
And then, hey, it's got to be great as a quarterback when you line up and to your left or to your right is that guy, Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, you're picking up 8, 9 yards on first down, 7 in this case. This is exactly how you want the offense to run. They're almost into that second first down. And this offense, just think about it. They drove right down the field in their first drive. They weren't showing any signs of slowing down. Then they got stopped on the 4th down because of the tip ball that had a completion behind it.
2nd and 3. Martinez to put it up again. And once again, it's Cade Warner on the receiving end. He's a little bit shy of the sticks, I do believe. They'll spot this one. Oh, boy, closer than I thought. I mean, after he moved his foot, it's going to be about a half a yard shy, I think. Third down.
They went with a little fake shallow cross, and he kind of worked back out. And you can tell the savvy of Warner. Obviously, his father, the great quarterback.
There's a reason
right?
why.
There's a reason why. But the coaching staff said he's worked on his game, and it really started this past offseason. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go to him again. Remember, he still has
3rd and short, and a good spot here is going to give it to Martinez on the sneak.
It's a nice job of patience. You know, we see it from Tom Brady. We've seen it for so long that people call him the greatest quarterback sneaker of all time. Martinez does a very good job of getting the ball, sliding to the left just a little bit, and then trying to get underneath. But he is shaken up. That's the risk you take when you put your quarterback in there with all those big hogs.
I thought I saw a grimace when he was at the bottom of the pile, and he's on a knee. So we'll step aside with K-State driving. 3rd down and short, and Martinez keeps it on a quarterback sneak. Gets banged up. He has walked off, but as you can tell, he's pretty gimpy going into the 10. Here's what happened.
Man, this brings back terrible memories. I remember playing against Ohio State and watch his foot. His left foot is driving and stuck in the ground, and a giant defender, Matt Jones, number 2 in green, falls on it as he's trying to make the play, and his foot kind of gets stuck in the turf. And you have to hope that he'll be okay because he was playing well.
Will Howard is the backup, and he hands it off on first down to DJ Giddens. Well, you look at Howard, and if you have to go to a backup, it's a good situation. He's played a lot of football the last couple of years at K-State and put up some big numbers.
I mean, they've got themselves quite the luxury in Will Howard as the backup quarterback. There are a lot of programs that will gladly take Will Howard as their starter. He is well battle-tested, and on the season, 34-57, almost 60% passing, 521 yards, 6 touchdowns, just to 1 interception. So he knows how to get the ball down the field.
Threw 4 touchdowns in a win against Oklahoma State, and here he is hitting Gittens across the 40-yard line. Let's go back to when they played the Cowboys. I mean, this created a little bit of a quarterback controversy in Manhattan. He was incredible.
I mean, he was so poised, and you saw the K-State offense shift just a bit into a more passing style, which you don't have to get rid of Deuce Vaughn because he's such a good pass catcher, as you can see right there with that diving, outstanding catch. And you can see carrying them all on his shoulders, and like you said, it can create controversy. But this team was completely behind Adrian Martinez. They do trust Will Howard, though.
Well, I'll say this. Martinez and Howard, really good friends.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, internally in the locker room, you couldn't have two guys that see eye to eye more so than these two. They support each other. And, you know, the hope for K-State was redshirt Howard. And he could play in a couple of more games and still not exceed his limits in that regard.
Yeah, that's a guy they want to keep around the program because he is ultra talented. And how about him sticking around, right? He could be starting somewhere else, and he decided to stay in the age of the transfer portal.
2nd down and 6, 30 seconds to play here in our opening quarter. Vaughn's got the ball. He's got a 1st down and more across midfield, breaking tackles, and inside the 40 of Baylor. Deuce got loose, and the Cats are rolling.
This is where he's going to get loose, too. He's going to follow right behind big number 55, Hayden Gillum. Very nice job getting up on the linebacker. The rest of that is Deuce. He knows how to get into the open field and make guys miss.
Reverse, flea flicker, Howard throws downfield. What a catch. It's the tight end, Ben Sinnott. Colin Klein pulling out all the tricks.
How about Ben Sinnott's acting skills? He comes across the formation, makes it look like a run, looks like he's blocking, and then he gets down the field and makes a nice combat catch.
We've reached the end of 15 minutes in Waco. Here come the Wildcats, looking at our first score of the night. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton. For the stay. With Devin Gardner, I'm Adam Alexander. Waco, Texas, the scene for a big one in the Big 12. You're looking at Adrian Martinez, starting quarterback for Kansas State. Got banged up on a 3rd and short. Enter Will Howard. The offense has not stopped moving until now. Matt Jones across the line of scrimmage, and he hits Deuce Vaughn for a loss.
Here's Matt Jones right there. He's going to do a very good job of sifting through the offensive line and finding his way to Deuce Vaughn, which a lot of people do not do. Very nice job of him being patient, getting through the line of scrimmage and making the play.
Spot the ball at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 from the 15. Baylor was in the red zone, turned it over. See what the Wildcats do. Throwing on 2nd down. Howard, end zone, caught, touchdown, Ben Sinnott. What a night for the sophomore tight end. 5 catches, a career best in a game, and now he's got 6.
That window doesn't get any tighter on this post route. How about the guts to throw this right behind the head of Matt Jones? Matt Jones is in coverage, but the ball sneaks through. Nice concentration by Sinnott, and a nice job by Will Howard holding the safety just for a smidge and then driving that ball on his shoulder pads.
Extra point, up and good for Ty Zentner. 7-0 K-State. Let's go back to how this happened. Baylor driving in the red zone, interception, personal foul, or blocking the back, right? So you go half the distance to the goal. You said, give me a couple of 1st downs so we can flip the field. They said, no, we want 6, and they got it. Wildcats lead the Bears 7-0 in Waco. You look at the numbers for this drive. I mean, it's jaw-dropping. 12 plays, 97 yards, 5 minutes.
2 quarterbacks.
I mean, yeah, that opening drive for K-State, 13 plays.
Yeah. They've got complete control of the game. I talked about it before that drive started. They haven't been really stopped. They stopped them. They got stopped by a tip ball in their first drive. But other than that, man, they have really found a way to move the ball in this Baylor Bears defense.
Touchback on the kickoff. The Bears get the ball to start their 2nd drive of the night from their own 25-yard line. It's worth another look. Touchdown, Sinnott, and it's the Wildcats on top. K-State leads Baylor 7-0 thanks to Will Howard's 7th touchdown pass of the year.
Because of these tight splits, you got to do something here. If you want to get this post, you have to make sure that number 4 in green, Christian Morgan, moves just a bit. Will Howard peeks to the left, he moves him, and then he drives the ball. That is next level stuff. We talked about it right when he came in the game. They trust him. He's had a lot of reps. He shows it right there.
Pre-snap penalty on Baylor.
False start. Number 8, offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's the veteran tight end, Ben Sims.
Yeah, such a small movement, too. These referees have great eyes. The line judge saw him. He just rocked a little bit.
Squirrel Williams, the running back, on 1st and 15. Shaping to throw. Loading it up over the middle. Josh Cameron's 2nd catch of the night across the 30-yard line.
Great job by Josh Cameron in his patience. They get on a shallow cross, flanker drive. I mean, it's the flavor of the entire country. Every quarterback loves it because it has answers built in. He does a great job of being patient, allowing the tight end to clear out, coming underneath, and he's wide open because of the pick that was created.
I think he's going to be a superstar. Williams on 2nd and 5 gets a couple and then ripped to the ground by your guy, the other Deuce, Daniel Green.
Oh, Deuce, Daniel Green. I'm just telling you, I was watching film. I'm like, man, this doesn't look like the Deuce Green I know. So I talked to the coaching staff and I said, well, what's going on? What's his problem? Coach Kleiman, he said, listen, he's been banged up. He had injuries all year. He's been dealing with it, and this is the first week he's been able to practice and he's been able to be healthy, and you saw the violence that he played with at the linebacker position.
D coordinator Joe Klanderman loves number 22. 3rd and 4. Williams has got the first down as he takes it out to the 40. How about Squirrel? I mean, he's been so banged up, right, and hadn't played a lot, fought a number of injuries throughout his career, including this season. Comes out last week. You mentioned it. Richard Reese has the flu, can't really go. Limited snaps. Williams comes in career high yards, touchdowns, touches. He was incredible.
168 pounds, and he went for almost 200 yards. Outstanding.
Motion man Gavin Holmes. And this is going to be Quaylen Jones on the carry. Not much doing. Duke pulls him down from behind. That's Khalid Duke, one of the other linebackers you'll hear a lot from tonight on that K-State side.
It's a nice job of Khalid Duke just getting behind the tackle and following him to the ball. The tackle pulls, and they don't have anybody to account for Khalid Duke. Usually you get into a pin and pull situation where you at least account for that guy. He gets tight to the hip of the tackle and follows him right down the line of scrimmage to make the play.
Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11 for Chapin. He's throwing it. Ball tipped and incomplete. Brendan Mott looked like he was able to get a hand in the air to set up 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, that tip is all effort. It's all Brendan Mott, right? He's being blocked, and the offensive lineman is doing a good job. The one thing I would ask of Chapin is to get in the fight just a little bit. Climb into the pocket so you can get a better view. You're trying to stay back into the pocket, and the pocket is starting to collapse. Great job by Mott getting his hands up and creating this 3rd and very long.
Baylor 1 of 2 on 3rd down.
Big screen down.
Pressure coming. Chapin rolls, looks, dumps it, and nothing doing there. Quaylen Jones made the catch, but really had no room to roam as his momentum carried him out of bounds. It'll be 4th down and a punting situation for Baylor.
Man, those linebackers were flying to the ball, trying to get after Chapin. That's a nice job dialing it up by defensive coordinator Klanderman. Nice job of sending pressure at the right time, knowing that they would get in a drop back pass situation. That's why I thought a screen would be something that would work perfect, because K-State came after it.
Isaac Power will send it away, and it's Brooks back deep for K-State. Makes the catch on the run just outside the 25. Room to roam, and he races across the 40. They're up 7-0, and K-State will have good field position for their 3rd drive of the night. Vaughn back on the field when we return.
Okay.
The countdown is on because the World Cup is just 8 days away. And on Monday, the 21st, Christian Pulisic and the USA play their long-awaited opener against Wales. And you could win $1 million. Fill out your World Cup bracket at foxsports.com/bracket and play for free. K-State leading 7-0 over Baylor. They've got the ball here and running room for Vaughn. And you have a little football analogy here utilizing Deuce.
Yeah, just a little comparison, a little football versus football. A lot of smart people in soccer think that Lionel Messi is the best player ever, and they are so similar. I challenge you to go home and watch Lionel Messi highlights and watch Deuce Vaughn's highlights. It's just a football player and a football player doing the same type of thing. Both of them average about a score a game in their respective sports.
I would say the normal human doesn't want to be 5'6", weigh 176, but if you're Deuce Vaughn, that's okay.
Oh, yeah, you saw him just run through a defender on the sideline and play a go.
Howard, under pressure, wisely throws it away. No grounding there because he was outside the pocket, got it back to the line of scrimmage, and there may have been a receiver over there anyway, so it's now 3rd down and 5.
And Kansas State is comfortable in 3rd and 5. They don't look at 3rd and 5 as a real issue for them, especially when they have weapons like Ben Sinnott and Cade Warner and Malik Knowles, who we haven't seen contribute today yet.
Warner, the only wide receiver that's really been a part of the mix because Sinnott's done such a great job at tight end. Pressure coming. Howard throws. What a grab by Brooks. 1st down and more down inside the 45-yard line. Phillip Brooks with his first grab of the night.
I love this play. It's off of the shallow cross. We used to call it chase. You go here and then you chase that and come right behind them, and it works every single time. Nice job of Brooks going, chasing, sticks his left foot in the ground, comes underneath, wide open, and a nice throw by Will Howard.
A.J. Walcott was chasing him inside but couldn't get there before the ball was delivered. Well executed on 3rd down by the Wildcats. Vaughn gets the carry. And he shifts his way for a couple of more. Dylan Doyle tackled him.
You know, the thing that's really impressive about Deuce Vaughn as well is a guy of that stature, you would think, and because of how shifty he is, you would think he would lose a lot of yards, right? When he go running around trying to make plays when he aren't there. Well, he understands when the play is dead, and maybe it's that coaching background that his father was a coach for so long, he's a scout in the NFL. Maybe it's that knows, hey, when the play is dead, the play is dead, but when you can make a play, he does it every time.
Under 10 minutes to play, 2nd quarter. Howard to throw on 2nd and 8. Malik Knowles sitting down inside the defense. He'll come up a couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker. Dylan Doyle once again coming over to make the tackle for Baylor. And you spot this ball just outside the 35, 3rd and short. Already you start to think about, from a play calling perspective, 4 down territory, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not, because Baylor just hasn't shown that they can stop you in the short yardage game or stop you at all in general. So this is going to be 4 down territory, I would think. But I would go here. It's not a free release, but he does a great job versus press coverage as well. There he goes.
Howard 5 of 6. He hits Vaughn, who's got the 1st down. Howard now 6 of 7. Martinez was 7 of 8. 6 different Wildcats have caught passes tonight from 2 different quarterbacks.
And how about Will Howard, right, the backup? He sees the corner cat blitz, and he gets the ball right over his head. What you want to do against corner cat, you want to attack the blitz. The corner comes, he drops it right over his head. A nice catchable ball for Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn goes and gets the 1st down.
And we had the graphic in, but the time of possession in favor of K-State has been outrageous tonight. Well, that was a dangerous pass, but a great catch by Vaughn. I mean, he's showing it all off. And last year they utilized him out of the backfield as a receiver, but nothing like what we are seeing in 2022. He got 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 as we head
on that last play. They did it again. They corner blitz, and Deuce Vaughn right behind him. Nice job, Will Howard, recognizing it and dropping the ball over his head.
Giddens is now in at running back.
Coming.
Warner in motion. And we've got whistles and a flag. It's going to be on K-State. They don't get many penalties, but they'll be set back 5 yards here, it appears.
False start. Everyone but the center. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
I wish we could get Dean Blandino in here. I want him to say every single number that was false starting. That's the easy way out, everybody but the center.
We'll
Center
be here till midnight.
I know, right? The center didn't get the call there.
Ooh, look at these numbers.
Yeah. It's staggering.
Doubled up on plays. Close to triple on the time of possession. Brooks takes the handoff. He's got plenty of room. The penalty yardage and more as he goes inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. It's another Wildcat first down.
I mean, Brooks is such a talented runner. It's just an outside zone. He finds a way to stick his foot in the ground and get vertical. And like you said, he got the first down and more. What a job to have. What a luxury to have wide receivers like Brooks, who's exceptional in the wide receiver game, that can run the ball like he does. And what a luxury to have Deuce Vaughn, a runner like he is, catch the ball in the passing game.
Howard rolling left, directing traffic and throwing it away. Offensive line did a great job of giving him time, but eventually the dam broke and he had to release it out of bounds.
Yeah, Baylor only rushed 4, and I love what Howard did there. Continue to buy time. Draw him in. He even started to direct traffic, tried to get Ben Sinnott to the back of the end zone. It doesn't happen for you. You're outside the pocket. Just make sure it gets to the line of scrimmage, put it in the third row.
How comfortable are you as a quarterback when you're fading and directing your receivers to go in a certain direction? That's when you fully immersed yourself in the football game.
Because now you're feeling the game, right? You don't necessarily have to see that pressure. You're feeling it.
Here comes a blitz, and they got him. Coming from the far side, A.J. Walcott. And if he hadn't gotten there, Mark Milton was coming hard from his corner position.
That's a nice job and a well-timed call by that Baylor Bear defense, because they've been killing them with this same play, getting the guard or tackle around the edge. You can see right there that Walcott gets skinny and gets underneath the block and makes the play on Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah, Al Walcott made the play, and if he doesn't make it, Deuce might have been running free again.
He's out the back door for sure.
3rd and 11. They dump it to Deuce. That is a great tackle by Dylan Doyle. You do not want to be one-on-one with number 22. He ended it quickly.
So because of the throw that's behind, Doyle lines up right here. He's going to have to try to beat Deuce Vaughn outside. How is he going to do it? Well, you got to get a bad throw, and the ball's behind just a little bit, bobbles, and he's able to make up the ground and make the play and get Deuce Vaughn on the ground.
Doyle, transfer from Iowa, 5th-year senior, doing wonderful things for the Baylor Bears. Field goal try here for Zentner. It's up, and it is good. He's now 5 for 5 on the season. K-State extends their lead 10-0 over Baylor. FS1 College Football sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay. We're live in Waco, Texas with Devin Gardner. I'm Adam Alexander. Big game in the Big 12. Both these teams with a pair of losses in league play. You lose tonight, probably going to miss out on an opportunity down the road to play in a Big 12 championship game. And the Wildcats of K-State taking care of business on the road, leading at 10-0.
Look at that scene. The crowd swag surfing. The Baylor Bears players excited when they get a chance to get back on offense.
And this drive will start at the 25 as we have a touchback.
Well, what has happened to this point in the game? Well, you get a drive by Baylor to get down close and then the tip ball over the middle. Adrian Martinez does a great job of getting the first down, but he gets hurt. A little bit of a calf type injury. They put a sleeve on it, but in comes Will Howard, and he picks up right where he left off against Oklahoma State and hits center right between the numbers. Wow. Another field goal after that, and now Baylor Bears get their opportunity.
And Baylor gets the ball to begin the second half. This is a really big drive for them. If you can come down, despite everything that's happened, you can drive down here and get some points before the half, you'd feel really good about where you are heading to half number 2 at home. Carry for the freshman Richard Reese.
And on the play, Daniel Green making the tackle. His health and being back is going to make this Kansas State defense so much better. And they've already proven to be pretty good.
Squirrel Williams back in, takes the pitch, And it looked like he had room until Green comes over and just grabs him across the chest and lays him on the ground.
I mean, he just has a lot more pep in his step, right? He was playing, he was in the game, but he had a foot injury. He had a lot of things he was dealing with. He had a rib injury, but now he's feeling good, and the running backs are paying for it.
And there's an injured player on the field for K-State, and it's Kobe Savage, who had the interception earlier. He was right over there where Green made that tackle.
To be specific, he had a foot injury early, and then he had rib cartilage tear, and he played through all of that, so he just wasn't the same player. They said that he is finally able to practice. As we can see, the injured player walking off the field. It's good to see him. Kobe Savage, who had the interception earlier. Gingerly, though. 3rd and 6.
Could be a passing situation here for Baylor. You know whose name we haven't said in a while? And Udike Uzama.
This could be an opportunity for him to get after the quarterback. Now, he hasn't had the production that he had a year ago, but he's had to deal with chips, slides the protections to him. He's had doubles, and he's been much better in the run game, though, this year, is what the coaching staff said about him.
Lined up on the edge near side. Shaping to pass. And it's incomplete. Brent's popped him pretty good. But it'll be 4th down and 6.
And that's a great job by Julius Brents holding off and not killing the guy. Because if you kill him, they're going to throw a flag and you're going to be out of the game again. Remember, a week ago, they think that he's a big part of the reason why Texas was able to do so much in the pass game with their talented wide receiver Worthy, because they expected for Julius Brents to be able to follow him around the field, but he got a targeting early in the game in the first quarter, had to be out for the entire game, and it threw the whole plan into a frenzy.
And that was like play 5,
yeah,
and you had to really shift everything.
Yeah, but he's back now.
Brooks does not call for the fair catch, pays the price. K-State football leading 10-0 on a nice looking night in Waco, Texas. We said off the top tonight, watch 22 in white, and Deuce Vaughn has not disappointed. 3rd player in school history to go back-to-back over 1,000 yards rushing in a season. Over 3,000 scrimmage yards. That's the most in the FBS in the last couple of years. 2,100-yard games. When you talk about scrimmage yardage, and tonight 54 on the ground, 16 receiving. He's done it quietly here in Waco.
I think it's safe to say he'll probably get 21 tonight.
I would say that is very safe. Long way to go in this one. Howard throwing on 1st down. Sennett's got his 6th catch of the evening. Escorted out of bounds by Christian Morgan. But I feel like it's a breakout night for the sophomore tight end. He has been ridiculous.
Man, he's just getting better and better and better as a route runner. Obviously a talented blocker, a big guy, but he has a bright future.
First receiving touchdown. He's a great blocker on the edge here, setting up Deuce Vaughn for 10 more.
I mean, there he is at the point of attack, right in front, leading the way for Deuce Vaughn. I mean, this big fella, how many times do you see tight ends in today's age catch the deep over and then on the next play be the point of attack on the outside zone?
Look at this bunch formation, bottom of the screen. Howard to Vaughn, why not? He had 70 yards of total offense when this drive began. He's already got 20 here in the last 2 plays. Give him 90 on the night. Wildcats 1st and 10 with 4 minutes to play, first half.
Everybody's going to clear out. Deuce Vaughn's going to go slow and then across. It's a very nice design, just finding a way to get Deuce Vaughn on other guys, right? One-on-one, he can't be stopped.
I know he's got some weapons to work with. Colin Klein calling a great game tonight as an offensive coordinator. Giddens splits wide. Howard under pressure, rolling, throwing, and incomplete. Good to see Siaki Ika back in the football game. Was injured early. He was the player providing the pressure there on Howard.
Howard is going to be kicking himself when he watches that on film. They went quarterback play action where the quarterback fakes the quarterback power and then drops back to pass. And he had what he wanted. He had Phillip Brooks wide open out in the flat, but he just didn't see him. But a good job of not making a bad play worse, getting on the outside and throwing the ball away.
Brooks comes in motion. They give it to Vaughn. I mean, the leg power. 3 touches this possession, each of them netting 10-plus yards. I mean, it's ridiculous what this kid is doing.
I mean, he started getting tackled at the 20. Take a look here. This is the 20-yard line he gets touched, and he drags them for a first down. Let's just give him that one. I got to give you the stature. 5'6", 176 pounds, but as powerful as they come in the lower body.
You said he's going to get another 100-plus yard scrimmage night?
Oh, he got it.
Yeah, he's got it. This drive. Clock rolling, 3 minutes to play first half. Giddens met at the line of scrimmage. I think the defense taking their frustration out on the freshman running back who was popped as soon as he got the football.
It's a nice job by T.J. Franklin going up against Christian Duffy. He olays him really quickly at that defensive end position and then blows that play up. You haven't seen a whole bunch of that, right? For the most part, these offensive linemen have done a good job of getting on these defensive linemen and linebackers, but nice job by T.J. Franklin making the play there.
When you watch the tape of the Baylor defense, number 9 flashes a lot.
Without question, he's had great athletic ability and quickness. You see how quick he got there. As soon as they moved, he was in the backfield. Wow.
The official's going to talk about this.
It's going to be Big 54.
Yeah, but
Adley Panzer.
Yeah, I got to believe it's on that side of the football.
Number 54, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
You don't usually see a bunch of this from K-State, penalties that hurting themselves, but you saw it right there. And T.J. Franklin has his ears pinned back. He is ready to make plays in the run game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get a chance to get on the edge and make a play in the pass game too. There he is trying to get the call, figure out what he has to do. I wouldn't leave him one-on-one.
Sometimes you see those false start calls on the road because the crowd is so involved, but K-State's kept the crowd out of it. Here's a pass to Deuce Vaughn, cuts it inside, 6 points for number 22. You see Panzer go over. Panzer gets the penalty. So it's 2nd and 15. He goes over to celebrate. Says, thanks for bailing me out.
I mean, tell me that's not Lionel Messi in the open field with the ball. I mean, if you're a defender, you have to be terrified when you see him running at you with that 5'6" frame, getting ready to stick that right foot in the ground and get in the end zone.
He is special. 17-0 Wildcats on the road.
He's just going to go on a swing route, and once again, Howard gets it to him quickly so he can do something with it. And Devin Lemire, I feel sorry for you, young man, because this is not a position you want to be in. Boom, right foot in the end zone. My goodness. Slow, right foot. Boom. Sheesh. That's good stuff. That is good stuff from Deuce Vaughn.
Fake out, fake in, fake out. Touchdown.
Turn yourself about. Do the Deuce Vaughn dance. No hokey pokey here. This is the Deuce Vaughn dance.
Well, I said when they were down 10-0 and getting the ball with 5 minutes to play in the half, the drive was critical for Baylor to get points because they get it to begin half number 2. Now it's 17-0. 2:09 remaining. This is enormous for Coach Dave Aranda's team.
Yeah, the one thing we haven't seen from that Baylor Bears offense is vertically attacking the defense of Kansas State, right? We've seen misdirection. We've seen the running backs try to get going, but they just haven't been able to find a passing game from Shapen. And that was one of the team goals for Kansas State. I said, make Shapen beat you. And that's what Kansas State is committed to doing. They're staying in the box, making sure they stop that two-headed monster, and forcing Shapen to throw the ball down the field, and he hasn't been able to do it to this point.
Another touchback. Baylor starts the drive at their own 25-yard line. Let's check in the studio and see what's coming up at halftime. Here's Mike Hill.
Coming up on the State Farm halftime, C.J. Stroud has some competition for the Heisman from a running back. Bryce Young carries Alabama against Ole Miss. And is UCLA the most disrespected team in the playoff rankings? Adam and Devin, we'll talk about it at the half. Right now, back to you.
Yeah, UCLA saying we're not done yet.
Good question. UCLA is a talented football team, and nobody respects them because they have one loss to a talented Oregon team.
3 Baylor possessions tonight. The first one, they got to the red zone. through the interception, the last 2 have resulted in punts. And before they even run a play here, they have to call their first time out of the half.
That's tough.
How about Deuce Vaughn? 18 touches tonight, 6 receptions. And he had 7 catches last week against Texas. And his career high is 10. I mean, across the board, this guy has been unbelievable.
Adam, think about people that watch K-State football games that maybe aren't K-State fans, right? You think they're tired of announcers talking about Deuce Vaughn in the open? But if you don't, you look like a fool, because he's going to come out and he's going to have his touches and he's going to make plays in the passing game. He's going to make plays in the rushing game. So the fact that every single team that he goes up against knows exactly who he is, what he is to this offense, and he's still able to have success, it's one of the more impressive things that I've seen.
But I feel like as the season has gone on, this K-State offense has added layers, and we're seeing it tonight with Senate. They are getting really dangerous. Incomplete pass. Tried to get it to Jones out of the backfield. Austin Moore was there defensively. There is a flag.
That's what we wanted to see from Shapen climbing in the pocket. Is going to be a hold on. They held Felix Udike Uzama.
Holding, number 76, offense, 10-yard penalty, first down.
I mean, Connor Galvin did all he could to get out of his stance. And when I tell you, Udike was rolling from the start on the right side of the screen. Look, he's already passed him. Right, the play just started, and he's already 4 yards in the backfield. Nice job by Udike.
They run the screen here, and nothing doing. Great tackle again by Green. Baldwin left his feet and paid the price.
Told you, he's feeling good. He's healthy. He's healthy. This young man that you see on your screen, number 22 in white, has taken this defense to the next level, right? He frees up some of those defensive linemen to make plays, because now you have to worry about a healthy Deuce Green. Deuce 22 on both sides. How about that?
Shapen over the middle. Really nice catch in traffic by Baldwin.
A couple drives ago, I said I wanted to see Shapen climb into the pocket. Watch him work his eyes from left to right through the progression, gets there, climbs in the pocket, and drives the ball right on the chest of Monterey Baldwin.
3rd down and 5. Bears trying to avoid another punt. Shapen takes off, and he is hammered at the 35-yard line.
That looks like a quarterback that's ready to keep this drive going. A quarterback that saw yardage, he saw a first down, he said, forget about it. I'm going to take this ball, and I'm going to find a way to power for the first down yard.
Man, that's the kind of kid he is. He is a competitor. We saw it late last year. We've seen it this year. First down pass is high and nearly pulled down by Josh Cameron. Khalid Duke was there defensively.
What Kansas State is subtly doing from time to time is rushing 3.
Holding, number 23, defense, 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Julius Brents doesn't like it, but it will be another first down for the Bears offense.
I don't like it, because it feels like Presley is trying to block him, right? And he throws him off to go make a play type of deal. It looks like there's both those guys. That would be a no call for me.
Shapen rolling right, getting pressured throws, and if he caught it, that is a remarkable catch by Hal Presley. I'm not sure he kept the left foot down. I don't believe he did. And they're going to rule that he had the foot down, and it is complete. What a grab by Presley.
And Echo Boydo was furious after that play, because Presley pushed off. I mean, I had never seen a guy push so hard. He pushed off so bad.
You go fast, they can't review it, and now it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Quaylon Jones delivering a blow as he runs right side and goes out of bounds with 37 seconds to play first half.
I mean, Boydo, just add insult to injury. You get pushed off for a big gain on the previous play, and then they send in the big Quaylon Jones to run right over you in the run game.
Ball at the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Clock is stopped as they went out of bounds. You have 2 timeouts. You'd love to get 7 here if you're Baylor. Get back in this thing.
Motion out, so he knows his zone defense.
That was Sims, the tight end, that motioned near side, and they try to get it back to Baldwin. Incomplete. 3rd and 4 for the Bears.
Kansas State is doing a good job in their zone defense. It's a nice job of Coach Grimes, the offensive coordinator, giving Shapen answers, right? Motion the guy out, see what the coverage is in. You can see when the cornerback goes out and covers the tight end when he goes in motion, it's zone coverage. Now Shapen knows that. He knows where he needs to go with his reads, just couldn't get the ball to the receiver.
Best drive of the night for Baylor since that opener that ended with an interception. There's the tight end Sims. He's got the first down. Clock stops to move the chains. Do you burn one of your last 2 timeouts here? It doesn't look like they will.
Another full field read for Shapen, goes all the way from left to right and gets the first down.
They work quick, really didn't lose much time there by saving the timeout. Now you have to call one as he is tripped up by Green. Shapen tried to get outside the pocket and run. Green gets him, and a timeout called by Baylor.
Yeah, when you think Green versus Shapen, you almost think assuredly he's going to be tackled, but he almost stuck out of that tackle. Shapen with a little spin move, trying to get away from Deuce Green. Right, he decides that he's going to run right away, and then as he gets forward, you can see Green is kind of his spy. You can see him mirroring him, and he goes with a little 1-2 and tries to spin out and almost gets out of there. How about that?
Ankle tackle.
I mean, how many tackles does Deuce Green have? I mean, we talked about him being healthy and he would make a much bigger impact than he has all season. He's been everywhere.
You know, Shapen 9 of 15 on the night, but when you look at what he's done on this drive, much needed 5 of 7, and you have to get points here, right? I mean, you'd love a touchdown, but you're up against it a little bit with the clock and only 1 timeout. At the very least, make sure you put 3 points on the board with the Bears getting the ball to begin the second half of play.
He's put the team on his back. It started with that early 3rd down conversion where he runs over a defender to get the first down.
Pressure coming. Shapen hangs in, and it's going to be caught short of the first down, I believe, by about a yard or 2. But Baldwin gets out of bounds, stops the clock. 11 seconds remain for this 3rd down.
Nice, simple read. You had layer routes. You got a high guy, you got a medium guy, you got a low guy. He goes to the medium guy, which was Monterey Baldwin, and nice footwork on the sideline.
3rd and 2, ball at the 19. You're in field goal range. Make sure you get to 3.
They got the big back end, Quaylen Jones. And remember, Shapen's legs are an option if they go for a run here.
Wildcats want a timeout. Tomorrow on Fox, an NFL doubleheader starts with the Vikings taking on the Bills. Then it's one of the games of the year as the historic rivals take center stage when Dak leads the Cowboys against Rodgers and the Packers in a showdown for the ages at Lambeau. All on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Aaron Rodgers fighting for his football life in this season. So early in the season. Wow.
The NFL, well, it never disappoints. Always plenty of storylines, and Rodgers and the Packers and their rough start, certainly one of those. How aggressive are you with this play call, 3rd and 2?
Whatever you need to get the first down, because it doesn't look like K-State is slowing down at all. So you need to try to get points. But Shapen, you have to be able to trust him that he won't make a bad decision. They're in zone defense again, so he's getting some answers before the play.
Shapen looking downfield, incomplete.
Got what he wanted. And I think it's a double dig. I think it's double dig, but a great job by 34, Josh Cameron, hooking up because he sees the safety number 7 looking him up. He hooks up in the perfect zone area, and it's a good throw and can't make the play.
John Mayer's in to try the field goal. 6 for 6 on the year. As long as 49. This one from 37. Power to hold. And the kick is good. And it took him nearly 30 minutes, but finally Baylor is on the board, trailing K-State 17-3, and time has run out in our opening half. What a first half it was for the Wildcats on the road, doing it through the air, doing it on the ground, and they have taken command in this Big 12 showdown. Stick around after the break. It's the State Farm Halftime Report with Mike Hill. Big one in the Big 12 on a Saturday night. K-State responding, leading on the road against the Baylor Bears. 17-3 is our score. And the home field advantage really never materialized because the Wildcats came on the road and they took advantage of the defense early on. Welcome back, everybody, with Devin Gardner. I'm Adam Alexander. You look at the Wildcats. They have performed at a very high level.
Yeah, they excelled in every facet on defense and on offense. They continue to possess the ball, and I think that's the problem for Baylor.
We look at the highlights, and boy, I tell you what, it wasn't just one guy. I mean, a lot of times you think Deuce Vaughn, they've had many contributors.
Oh, without question, and Martinez goes down, right? And so you think, oh, the backup quarterback's coming in. No, they possess the ball just as good, and you get Howard driving balls into the teeth of the Baylor defense, and then when you get the ball in space, 1, 2, 3, and then across the face of Lemire for a touchdown, Deuce Vaughn goes for 100 total yards again. But look at what Will Howard has been able to do. Coming off the bench, 11 of 14, only 3 incompletions. He's been exceptional. Picking up the blitz with the throw, he's done a very, very good job.
I mean, the numbers tell the story, but he's playing with tremendous confidence. Is he the MVP if you're Kansas State? Because I feel like you got Ben Sinnott, who's having a career night. Obviously, Deuce Vaughn over 100 yards a total offense. Is Howard the guy so far when you talk about most valuable player for the Wildcats? Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. It's hard, and we're the guys that got to pick him, I would think. So it's going to be hard for us, but Will Howard is making himself a really big case. He's distributing the ball all around, but with a luxury like Deuce Vaughn, I think he's going to continue to play well and continue to be as efficient as he was in that first half. The thing for Baylor, you have to find a way to put pressure on him. He's a little bit too comfortable. Even when they've gotten a little bit of pressure, he still tried to stay comfortable. They have to send blitzes from different places to try to confuse him so they can find a way to get him off the field and get their offensive opportunity.
Now our credible team comparison, the one that really jumps out to me here, Devin, is that time of possession, almost double for K-State.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I talked about, you think a quarterback goes down, there's no way a team's going to be able to possess the ball the way that K-State has. But Will Howard, battle-tested. He's been in this situation. He came in against Oklahoma State, and this Kansas State offense exploded. You talked about in the opener, there were some murmurs that it might be a quarterback controversy. He's been really, really good tonight.
Yeah, our team comparison, sponsored by Credible.com, and the kick goes into the end zone, a touchback. The Bears get the ball here to start the second half from their own 25-yard line. You look at what they've done in recent weeks versus what this Bears rush attack has done against the K-State defense tonight.
Yeah, the earlier keys to the game, I talked about Kansas State's defense making Shapen beat them. And Shapen in that final drive before half did a very good job, but they've shut the running game down, and as a result, Baylor hasn't been able to do much on offense, but they have another opportunity here. Let's see if Shapen can get through his reads and make all the throws similar to the way he did on that last drive.
I feel like this is a really big drive, and Reese gets the carry, and the freshman, first down yardage, gets 12 yards out to the 37-yard line. Good start for the Bears.
For fans at home, watch inside. On these run plays, Kansas State's defensive line, they're not the biggest guys in the world, right? So they have to find a way to manufacture a way to get to runners and the quarterback. So they sometimes jump out of gaps, and it creates a vacancy, is what you saw right there.
And the play fake fools everybody. We thought Reese had it coming near side. Shapen takes it the other way. It'll be second down for Baylor.
Yeah, some of the defense thought that the ball was given to the running back. Our camera thought that the ball was given to the running back. I thought the ball was given to the running back. But the one person that didn't think so was Enyudike Uzama.
King Felix coming in, helping support the run game. Such a great pass rusher. Shapen, man is open. It's Josh Cameron, and he's into plus territory. Take it down to the 37-yard line. T.J. Smith makes the tackle for the Wildcats.
You get that slide power fake, and you suck all those defenders up, and you get Cameron on the backside on the dig route. Very nice job of misdirection. It's been misdirection to this point in this first drive of the second half, and it's really, really working for the Baylor Bears offense.
Very quickly, the Bears on the move. They spotted the ball at the 36. Reese carries, gets 1 yard, and a flag comes in from the area where typically you will see holding on the offense.
This is what you can't have.
Number 66, offense, 10-yard penalty, second down. Correction, first down.
They got Jacob Gall here.
It's going to be right there. He's going to take number 41, Austin Moore, and just sling him to the ground. That's going to get a holding call from the referee every single time.
So instead of 2nd and 9, it's 1st and 20. Chapin down the right sideline, incomplete. Crowd wants a penalty. Hal Presley, the intended receiver, and there was a lot of contact.
No, I don't. I like the no call. I like the no call. He gets contact initially, and remember, you can touch him down the field. It's not the NFL where there's illegal contact. As long as you're not truly impeding him, and he turns around, finds the ball, and actually makes a play toward the ball, they're not going to call that penalty at all. Very nice defense by Julius Brents. Remember, he can be touching him, but he just can't truly impede him from going to get the ball. I think Julius Brents did a very good job there.
Dean Blandino watching from Los Angeles. He says good, no call. He agreed with it. And this will be 3rd down and 10 as Squirrel Williams has the catch out of the backfield. He got 9 or 10, I would guess. 3rd down and long.
We got to have some more controversy with these calls so we can get Dean in here. We haven't talked to Dean all game. It's like he's hiding from us.
His contract says that he needs more FaceTime.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at this. Average yards to go on 3rd down tonight, and that's been good for K-State, staying in front of the chains. Hasn't been horrible for Baylor. Pickup of 7 on that last play, so it's 3rd and 13 for the Bears. They fake to Williams. Chapin runs right side and delivers a blow, but it'll be well short of the 1st down. Josh Hayes comes up to make the stop. Well, you think
they thought they would sneak up on him with a little quarterback run. Listen to this. Wow. It's a crunch.
4th and 10. Ball at the 36. They're going to go for it here. Big play. Chapin throwing middle. Incomplete. Hayes makes the tackle on 3rd down, has the deflection on 4th down, and that drive that was going so well gets pushed back with the penalty, and the Bears turn it over on downs.
It was back-to-back plays by Hayes making the play, and a lot of this is the youth of number 34, Josh Cameron. He's running the dig right coming from the left side of your screen, but you can see his angle is at 45. It's not flat, right? So when it's not flat, it opens up the window for Josh Hayes to come underneath, and the veteran safety does a very good job of capitalizing on the youth of Cameron.
First drive of the 2nd half for K-State. Brooks in motion. The give to Deuce Vaughn. Got a little running room over the left side. Dylan Doyle and others there for Baylor.
I love when K-State gets in that situation where they just go gap and they make sure that each man, no pulling, there's nothing. Each man block the man over you and allow Deuce Vaughn to sift through and find the gap that he wants to attack. He does a good job there. Remember we talked in the first half that he knows when the play is done. He knows when he's gotten what he can get on the play. You saw a little bit of that there when he got through.
Play action on 2nd and 7. Howard avoids the rush, then bobbled the ball and just had to throw it away. Looked like maybe the defender got a hand on it on the way by, so Howard had to hitch, and at that point, no time to improvise, and he just lives to fight another down.
Yeah, but again, finding a way to get the ball out of bounds so that there's no harm, no foul. Got to have better ball security there. He protects the ball, but big number 9 does a good job reaching in there. Does a very good job of reaching in, giving maximum effort. And that's what you see from this defense. 37, Deuce Vaughn's at wide receiver.
Howard looking that way. Throws it down the left side. It's Vaughn, but it's going to be incomplete. Christian Morgan rallied down the sideline and was able to deflect the football incomplete. And the Wildcats going to have to punt it here.
It's a great job by that front 7 because Deuce Vaughn goes out and up here, and it's no man's land. He's open again, but too much pressure, not able to get the ball down the field, and a nice job making a play on it by Christian Morgan.
Morgan, who played for Baylor as a true freshman, a 5th-year guy. And the punt is away by Zentner, who does it all in the kicking game for K-State. Fair catch at the 12-yard line. We're back in a moment on FS1. FS1 College Football sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay. And we said off the top tonight, this is kind of an elimination game if you want to go play in the Big 12 championship. TCU at 6-0 controls their own destiny. And they lead on the road at Texas, closing on halftime. And you know, here, K-State doing exactly what they need to do to stay alive against the defending champs.
You know, that Texas game, that's bad news for Texas because usually TCU starts behind and they're really good at coming back. So the fact that they're even winning early is good for TCU.
Baylor's got it back, second drive of the half. And they run the football with Richard Reese. So that opening drive of the half for the Bears really stalled out when they got the holding call.
Yeah,
I mean,
put you way behind the chains.
The sense of urgency is huge right now.
Yeah, you can see they're going for it. They're not even taking the field goals. They're trying to go get touchdowns.
This is Squirrel running left, gets it out to the 20. It'll be third down.
And these safeties are flying out of the middle of the field. Number 21, Drake Cheatham, sprints down and finds a way to get in on that tackle. Baylor has an opportunity to go big play action and drive this ball down the field on early downs. But here they got to find a way to get the first down.
This is Reese, cuts it back. First down across the 25. And the push will take him to the 30-yard line. Good start to the drive. Not so great field position for Baylor, but they're making it work.
It's a good job. He's going to go here and stick his foot in the ground and get up the field underneath the linebackers as they flow. They flow, they flow, they flow underneath. That's that wide zone that they love to run. And they said that Richard Reese, the day he came on campus, the true freshman, they knew right away they had something because he was so good at running that read, hitting it on the run, sticking one foot in the ground, and getting down the field. Now, big play action, I think, is big here.
They keep it on the ground. The tight end leading the way for Reese, who goes right side and gets about 5 more. Austin Moore makes the tackle for K-State. Drake Cheatham was there as well.
You got what you want. You got the linebackers flowing. You've got the safeties coming out of the middle. Big play action is available. And I think Chapin has played very well in the past game to this point. Had the early blunder, but I think that he's ready to drive this ball down the field. Get that ball in the stomach of the running back.
Reese quietly.
There goes.
Over 50 yards. Chapin steps up. What a throw, what a catch. The tight end, Ben Sims, got it in front of Austin Moore.
He was going to have the deep curl, but he got some pressure. Very nice job of staying alive and find a way to get this ball to the tight end. And what a catch, reaching back and tippy and making sure he secures the ball.
You know, Chapin was a great baseball player, shortstop in high school.
It looked like that
had a little bit of a shortstop look to it, right? Dipping and tossing. He'll throw it on first down. He's got Squirrel out of the backfield, and he cannot escape Drake Cheatham. He might have picked up a yard.
Drake Cheatham at this point is a linebacker, right? He's down in that box so fast and chasing running backs when they have the ball, chasing them as you saw in the passing game there.
Man, this game has moved so fast. We're almost at the midway point in the third quarter. Officially no gain on first down. It's second down and 10. Chapin keeps staying at home. The linebacker, Austin Moore. What a great story he is. Comes to K-State as a walk-on. One of those lunch pail guys, as he was described by defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman. Now on scholarship and the top tackler for the Wildcats. He has been impressive.
Yeah, he said that he's their most consistent defensive player this year. Earned a scholarship. In high school, he was a do-it-all guy. 226 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles, and he rushed for 3,000 yards.
Third and 9. Rolling and throwing incomplete is Chapin.
Man, another drive.
I got to tell you, the K-State defense, I mean, we've talked so much about their versatility on offense tonight, and rightfully so, because they have really done some positive things on that side of the football, but their defense comes in, giving up 19 points a game, and boy, have they shouldered the load tonight.
The one thing they struggled with last week against Texas was getting pressure on the quarterback, and even when they did, they allowed the quarterback to make plays in that third play. When the pressure comes, he scrambled and made plays. The defensive backfield didn't plaster very well. Tonight, they're doing a great job, and you saw it on that third down.
Power punts. It goes into the end zone. A touchback. K-State has it again with a 17-3 lead at Baylor. Monday, the Big East and the Big Ten collide in the annual Gavitt tip-off games as head coach Thad Matta returns to Butler to lead his alma mater in a clash against Penn State. 8:30 Eastern, only on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Speaking of hoops, Baylor wins last night on the hardwood, as does K-State. Scott Drew got the Hoopin' Bears at number 5 in the country. Howard buys time, finds Deuce. I'd say it's a pretty good plan B if you're a quarterback. Just dump it to 22, but not much happening here. Mark Milton was right there to make the stop for the Bears.
Yeah, they went max protect and tried to get their talented wide receiver Malik Knowles, who hasn't really made a splash today, down the field. They covered it well. Nice job by that Baylor defense.
If you just tuned in, said, where's Martinez? He got banged up early in the game. Howard has come in and been outstanding off the sideline.
We haven't seen that, though.
Yeah, I mean, takes it on the run, gets 9, third down and short.
Just the mention of Martinez makes the quarterback have the ability to run the ball.
There's Martinez, and he went to the sideline. They looked at his lower leg, got injured on 3rd and 1. A sneak, and one of the defenders for Baylor fell on him. Appears to be okay, but Howard has been so good off the bench. He's so experienced in these situations. They have stuck with him. Quick pass, Brooks is open, and he's got the first down. Man, that is hard to defend.
Yeah, especially when you play it so soft. You got both of the defenders for the Baylor Bears soft, so you get that ball from under center, you spit it right out. Look, you can't even see the second defender in the screen, right? There's no way you're going to stop a guy from getting 1 yard, especially if you spit it out quickly. Smart by Howard to go under center to get it faster.
Deuce running right. It's about 4.
I mean, how difficult must it be when you get these big offensive linemen covering up the defensive line and you got a guy that's 5'6" behind him? When are you going to see him? And then by the time you see him, he's already through the line of scrimmage or off to the outside.
You know, this is crazy with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter and a 2-touchdown game. But you feel like the clock is becoming a factor. Howard with big pressure gets it away to Knowles, and he's got another Wildcat first down as he goes out close to midfield.
I said that Baylor needs to put more pressure on him, but he just continues to deal with it. You're going to get a corner blitz right there, and he finds the open guy. Every single time they've sent pressure, he's found a way to buy time, shift to the left just a little bit, and he dumps the ball off to Knowles, who we talked about hasn't really made a splash in this game. Very nice job by Howard, once again, dealing with the blitz.
Yeah, A.J. McCarty thought he had him dead to rights. Howard patient, he dumps it, and the Cats in business.
They do it again.
And not on the same page here with Cade Warner.
I play a lot of football and watch a lot of football. I've never seen so many corner blitzes in one game. They're just trying to find ways, manufacture ways to get pressure on the quarterback, and it just hasn't worked. That time, it allowed for the quarterback to speed up, right, and me on a miscommunication with this receiver. 2nd and 10.
Hey, but with a 17-3 lead, if you're Howard, that's what you do. Just get rid of it and play the next down. Vaughn pulled down at midfield. I wondered if they got the face mask, and it looks like Braden Nutley did. It was awkward, the fall, but I couldn't totally tell.
Yeah,
if he just got him up around the shoulder pad or definitely got the face mask, and the flag flies.
You can see the helmet turn just a little bit. Doyle is on the outside. He sees Deuce burst through the line, and then he dives in. He's going to reach across. I mean, he's trying to reach and get him, and he grabs right on the face mask.
Face mask, number 5, defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first out.
Yeah, I saw Utley in there, but it definitely, obviously, there was Dylan Doyle who gets the penalty. You know, the Bears just can't get their feet in the ground tonight. Had that drive to start the second half. Penalty sets them back. And here the penalty that gives K-State another first down, and this one at the 34-yard line.
No man's land out there. Get him some help.
They go empty. Howard going to run it, and nothing doing. Great defensive play by Al Walcott.
Man, Al Walcott, because he's a smaller guy, they don't even touch him. Right, he runs right past two K-State offensive linemen and tight end. They don't touch him. He gets skinny, he gets small. He's done this all day. I've been super impressed watching him get after the quarterback. Coming into today, he had 7 tackles for loss, and he continues to build on that. This is what you need. Get him behind the chains.
2nd and 12. Warner the catch. Breaks a tackle. He's got a first down at the 18-yard line.
Another corner blitz and another savvy play by Warner. I think they got to change the flavor, right? They got to change the blitz because they figured this one out. The blitz is going to come, and Warner is going to set up right outside, does a great job, and then gets a little more.
They run it on first down with Vaughn. And they solved the riddle this time around. No gain for 22. It's like early they went to Warner. Then it was Sennett. And then it was Vaughn. Little Malik Knowles sprinkled in. A little bit of Brooks. Now they're going back to Warner. I mean, they have done a great job of mixing up the offense tonight, whether it was Martinez or Howard in there at quarterback.
Yeah. Got the big back in, DJ Giddens.
Haven't seen him a lot in half number 2. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, but keeps moving forward. Might have gotten a yard. We've seen a couple of missed tackles. That's not something you normally get out of Baylor. Is that time of possession thing starting to be a factor here? Could they be wearing down just a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
this Baylor side defensively?
I think you're right. I think Kansas State has had this ball for so long, and it's from the beginning of the game. It's like Baylor gets them stopped, and then a first down. They get them stopped, and then a first down. I mean, Kansas State has done a very nice job today converting and finding a way to keep drives going.
3rd and 10. You're in field goal range, and a field goal makes it a 3-possession game. Be smart here. Howard feeling pressure, throws left, caught, and it is a touchdown, the 2nd of the night for Ben Sennett. Coming into the game, 0 career touchdown catches. He's been outstanding.
This is nothing but my guy is better than your guy. Sennett up the rail. It's covered nicely, right? It's covered nicely. Christian Morgan is in position, but the ball's up high, and I called him Mike Allstott that can run and catch. He is a giant man, and he looks with that elbow garment, he looks just like the guy at the next level.
24-3. Wildcats rolling on the road. And the big tight end, Ben Sennett, having a day.
Shades of Gronkowski all over
him. K-State rolling on the road. They lead Baylor 24-3. And Ben Sennett, the sophomore tight end, I mean, he's one of the big reasons why. Look at this comparison. Prior to tonight and what he's done this evening, he only had 1 touchdown in his career, a 1-yard rush at Kansas last year. He is making a living in Waco tonight. This one going to be returnable. Neighbors has it, not much room to operate. He is pulled down at the 10-yard line. We'll step aside. Baylor needs to get some points on the board. They'll have the ball trailing 24-3 when we come back. 1:45 to play, 3rd quarter with Devin Gardner. I'm Adam Alexander. K-State leading at Baylor 24-3. Offense getting it done. Defense solid tonight as well. Giving up 3 points. And you do the comparison to what they've done this year. I mean, it's been top-notch for Joe Klanderman and his group.
Yeah, they've been good, and somehow they found a way to be better. And I think that it's more them than Baylor not being able to do well. I think Baylor is playing well, but they just found a way to have the answers to all the tests that Baylor has presented.
There's Joe Klanderman, defensive coordinator. Eli Huggins, the big man in the middle, made the stop on first down. 2nd and 9. Chapin, too tall for Baldwin. What's difficult about this for Baylor is they're just not made to come from behind.
Yeah, I think that's right. And they just haven't been able to get into a true rhythm. And we talked about it earlier, but it's because K-State has possessed the ball for so long on so many occasions. They just haven't been able to get their feet underneath them, and it seems like they've been playing from behind from the start.
Chapin going to keep it, and he'll be short. Huggins got him again.
It's desperate times calls for desperate measures. It looks like Baylor's going to stay on the field and go for it here.
Well, I thought if they made it a 3-possession game, K-State, when they had the ball the last time in the red zone, that would make things difficult. You got to stop here, and it's almost impossible to get back into this thing for the Bears. 4th and 3. Chapin going to throw, and he's got his man, but Baldwin pulled down short of the line to gain, and it will be Josh Hayes who ends this drive for the Bears.
Man, watching Josh Hayes through that entire play was an amazing job. He chases all the way across the field on a shallow cross. He's about to get picked. He dips his shoulder. What a job. He's going to come from the right side of your screen. You can see his legs kind of at the top right corner. He's going to come. Watch him dip underneath. You can't see it right there, but he dips underneath the pick so he doesn't get picked and finds a way to get his arms around the ball carrier. Very nice job. That's the 3rd play that we saw him make that was glaring, and it said that's him making that play.
This is his 3rd school. Started at North Dakota State, transferred to Virginia, now reunited with his old head coach. And he's wearing the Wildcat uniform. Howard in trouble. Rolls away from pressure and wisely throws it out of bounds. Gabe Hall was chasing him in the wrong direction.
You know, I'm going to say this because it has to be said. He hasn't turned the ball over. He hasn't made bad decisions today. But the only way Baylor can truly get back in this game is by turnovers and allowing them to get quick scores. So, you know, that was a little dangerous. But if I'm Howard, I'll make sure I get that ball out maybe a little sooner, just so something lucky doesn't happen where Baylor gets a chance to get back in this game, because that's what they're looking for. They're going to try to get this ball back so they can get back in the game.
He's earned the right. To run the offense. You know what I mean? I mean, his football IQ.
Yeah, so I was very cautious. I tried to tread lightly, you know, in criticizing his decision to run back, and then still be able to throw the ball away. We've seen him do it all day. He's protected the ball, so no harm, no foul.
Personal foul. Illegal hands to the face. Number 95, defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Gabe Hall, the guilty party.
Gabe Hall, we haven't really called his name all day. And the first time we call is for a illegal hands to the face. You know, he was a state qualifier in the shot put in high school. So, you know, the hands always near the face. You give that little push. Maybe he thought he was in high school still.
So they start the clock, and time will run out in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Wildcats on the road. K-State 24-3 over Baylor. 4th quarter on the way from Waco. He's off the sidelines, and tonight he's been very impressive. Talking about Will Howard. Carried him off after that big win against Oklahoma State. Threw 4 touchdown passes, and I mean, he hadn't had 4 tonight, but man, has he been impressive after Martinez got hurt.
Well, he's down in the area where he could get his 4th. I mean, he's been really, really good. Poised. They blitzed him. They've tried everything. I mean, Baylor's tried to get him flustered, and he just hasn't allowed it.
They run it with Deuce, and he's pulled down from behind. Christian Morgan. And we do get the late flag on the horse collar. I thought they might not throw it, but eventually the flag comes in.
It's so late. It was weird. It looked very clear. Sometimes they get a little confused. Maybe he grabbed the nameplate, but it looks like he sticks that hand inside the shoulder pad for sure. And just, that's how people get injured. That's not safe at all.
Personal foul, illegal horse collar tackle. Number 4, defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Christian Morgan has had a rough day, right? In the having to deal with Deuce Vaughn, and then having to turn around and deal with the big tight end Ben Sinnott. He's had a rough go of it, and it seems like the frustration boiled over a little bit there.
First and goal, ball inside the 5-yard line. Howard to Giddens, and he stopped just inside the 1-yard line, about a half a yard short. Devin Neal kept him from getting in the end zone.
Siaki Ika does a good job of making him bubble around as well. Siaki Ika is a talented defensive lineman for this Baylor Bear defense. He moves around extremely quickly for a guy of his size, 6'4", 358 pounds, and he finds a way to move quickly through the offensive line.
Preseason All-American. Second and go. They give it here once again to Giddens, and he's into the end zone, but a flag on the play.
Offside, defense. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
Giddens with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year.
Yeah, he goes in untouched. You see here, Siaki Ika does a good job of trying to create a pile, but he just steps left, goes around, and walks in the end zone.
K-State has now scored on 5 of their last 6 possessions. Extra point right down the boulevard. 31-3 Wildcats. I did not see this coming in Waco. The guys in white getting it done on the road. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay. K-State comes on the road leading big time at Baylor, 31-3, just over 14 minutes to play. Their most recent score courtesy of the freshman running back DJ Giddens rather, into the end zone. And this ball going to bound into the end zone and a touchback. So we said off the top, this is a big night for K-State and Baylor if they want to keep their hopes alive of playing in the Big 12 championship game. TCU in the driver's seat at 6-0. They come here to Baylor next week. They finish at home against Iowa State. They're playing at Texas as we speak. Longhorns have got Kansas and Baylor remaining. And when you look at K-State at West Virginia, big win today for the Mountaineers at home against Oklahoma. They wrap things against rival Texas in Manhattan. Shaping over the middle, and he's got Baldwin.
Remember how we're talking about the safeties and how they're flying down? Number 21 in white, Drake Cheatham. Well, that's what I meant. Get that play action. You could drive that ball right behind the linebackers and safeties. Nice throw there by Shaping.
Echo Boydo pulling down Cameron after the catch. It'll be second down.
You like Cameron. You think he's going to have a really bright future.
You know, he's a guy that really didn't appear anywhere. And all of a sudden he pops up. And last week he was outstanding. And tonight he's been good. Great catch here. All hands over the middle. And another first down for Baylor. Sincere Mason. Quick drive for the Bears. Shaping with time. Rolling, throwing, incomplete. He was looking for Cameron again.
seems to have a lot of trust in Cameron, and he's only listed as 6'1", but he looks and plays a lot bigger. We saw him go over the middle there and reach up and make that catch. He plays a lot bigger. He's got long arms and makes a lot of plays in the passing game.
5 catches, 72 yards last week in the win at Oklahoma. 5 catches, 71 yards here tonight for the redshirt freshman. Second down and 10. Looking at the end zone and out of bounds. Could not make the connection with Monterey Baldwin. It's been a little bit of bend not break for K-State tonight. Overall, I mean, they've been solid, but even when the Bears have been able to put a drive together, the Wildcats, once they start to close in on the red zone, have really clamped down.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of bowing their necks, right? When they needed to, they've done a good job of standing tall and finding a way to get Baylor off the field. And here's another opportunity on third down. Well, they're going to go for it on fourth down on that.
Shaping to run it. Boy, did they react well to that. As soon as he takes off, they fire into the hole.
Well, they're in zone defense, and Daniel Green all day has kind of been tasked with watching the quarterback and making sure he gets to him quickly so that it's a minimal gain. And there you see it again. He lays a nice lick on Shaping, and he want to let him know about it.
So now 4th and 6, and as you said, I mean, no doubt about it, you're down 4 touchdowns at this stage of the game everywhere. There's going to be 4-down territory. Bears 0 for 2 on 4th down tonight. Incomplete. The K-State defense delivers again. Julius Brents feeling good as the Wildcats leave the field. K-State gets another stop defensively. 3rd time tonight, Baylor's had to give it up on downs. And so the Wildcats have it at their own 20-yard line, leading by 4 touchdowns on the road. Malik Knowles on the perimeter. We mentioned it all night. Offensive coordinator Colin Klein doing a great job calling the play. Such a tremendous history with this program.
Yeah, he's a 2012 Heisman finalist. We talked ad nauseum all night about how good this offense looks and how good they're doing. Well, this is the guy behind the offense. He was a great player himself, and now he's turned himself into a really good coordinator. He's done a great job. You can see him up there in the booth. You know, when we talked to him, he didn't want to be on camera, you know. He's a reserved guy, but he's done such a great job tonight with this offense with the backup quarterback.
Great man, so respectful. And he loves the tools he has to work with. Deuce Vaughn, another carry for the 1st down. You look at what K-State has done tonight. 4 touchdowns. They added the field goal. Only 1 punt tonight. And when they turned it over on downs, remember their opening drive of the evening, they went right down approaching the red zone.
Yeah.
A couple of little miscues or they might have scored there.
Yeah, they had a batted ball with a guy behind the batted ball that would have been completed had it not got batted at the line of scrimmage. Safe to say Colin Klein has had a really good night.
Vaughn to the perimeter. Pulled down after a gain of 2. NFL tomorrow. We'll see Vaughn playing on Sunday afternoon in the near future.
Man, whichever team gets him is going to be so lucky because I think all of his skills translate to the next level for sure.
Heading toward 10 minutes to play. 4th quarter. One-handed catch. Are you kidding me?
I'm not even assessing that. I'm not analyzing it. I'm sick of it. I mean, look at this. Once again, the young quarterback finds the blitz, sticks one paw up there and pulls it. Look at this. Come on.
you just feel like, I mean, this is like watching 7-on-7, right? Watching him play. I mean, like flag football. He just feels like a kid in the backyard having a good time.
And because most of the world is right-handed, I'm going to just assume he's right-handed. He did that with the left.
DJ Giddens, and he's going to deliver a blow. First down run for the freshman.
Once again, Christian Morgan coming up and trying to make a play and getting the worst of it.
You know, Giddens has had more opportunities tonight.
Yeah. Think about him, though. A big, bruising type of back. But you get to be in a room with Deuce Vaughn and learn all of his skills and all his tricks of the trade. All right, so if you can add some of the skills that Deuce Vaughn has to your game as a bigger back, I mean, the sky's the limit for him as well.
Vaughn 5'6", 176. DJ Giddens 6'1", 212. Giddens again into the open field and down to the Baylor 40-yard line.
It's a very good job of sifting through, similar to what we've seen from Deuce Vaughn. Giddens has run the ball extremely well tonight.
Vaughn back in from the 40. Nearing the midway point, fourth quarter. Howard doing a great job of working the clock. Not much happening here. Vaughn might have lost a yard. Don't want to do too much of that. I mean, he's right around that 100-yard mark. Play clock down to 10. Second and 11 for Howard. Back to Vaughn, nearly another one-handed catch as he's driven out of bounds, and this one going to be incomplete. Well, we said off the top, how many times are we going to say Deuce is loose? And we've been saying it a lot this evening.
Yeah, he got to another 100-yard total offense day. What was it in the first quarter, early second? And he's just continued on that path. I mean, just in open space, he is next to impossible. 1, 2, 3. Right foot in the ground in the end zone. We see that one again. That was a gem from Deuce Vaughn, but he's been as advertised as always.
Third and 11. Vaughn dives inside the 40-yard line, but well short of the first down. It'll be fourth down. And before that last play, over 150 yards of total offense. He had the touchdown, and just across the board, what he does to distract the defense and
That's
open
important.
up opportunities for other players.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of why Benson, I mean, let's not take anything away from Benson. He's extremely talented, and he's gotten a lot of what he's done is because of his skill, but you know, it opens up so much for other guys when you have to pay so much attention to Deuce Vaughn. When we talked to the Baylor defensive staff, Coach Ron Roberts, the defensive coordinator, he said, we've got all the outlet.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, fourth down.
I was throwing out all kinds of suggestions on how they could think of trying to stop him. I told him, you know, basketball, the boxing one, right? Play zone around it, have one guy chase him around. I said, hey, you can bracket coverage him too, right? If he goes out right, one guy jumps on him. He said, listen, Devin, we've got all of that available, and they've tried it all, and Deuce Vaughn just found a way to get through it. And like I said, you dedicate so much to stopping Deuce Vaughn, it allows for all the rest of the players to execute. And I equated it to the Golden State Warriors. Remember, in the meeting, I said, it's kind of like, you know, try to stop Steph Curry, and then you get Klay Thompson going off and all the other characters on that team.
Gavin Holmes takes in the fair catch at the 15-yard line. Baylor ball when we come back. If you go back 20 years and talk K-State football, number 43, Darren Sproles, absolute stud.
Yeah, the natural comparison, small in stature, but explosive in the run and pass game. And you can see right there at the top of the list, school history, all-purpose yards. In the break, we were talking, and I said, well, Deuce Vaughn goes and gets those guys for sure, right? If he comes back. And then you're like, well, is he going to come back? And fortunate for him, his father is a scout in the NFL, right? So he'll know exactly what his value is. And then we kind of kicked around the thought of, well, you know, he takes hits, but then we thought about it, it's like he's safe. He doesn't take a whole bunch of hits, at least big ones. He kind of gets away from those, gets out of bounds, gets down when he needs to. So it's interesting to see what he do in this next year.
How about that list of guys, though? I mean, Darren Sproles,
man,
little guy. Tyler Lockett,
little guy.
Little guy, right? And now Deuce Vaughn.
If you're a little guy and you want to play at this level, call K-State up and tell them you can play and be able to play. And I think they give you a chance because, remember, Phillip Brooks, 5'7", 169 pounds, a super talented wide receiver on this K-State football roster.
Well, and I think what Vaughn has done this year to elevate his stock is not just the catching it out of the backfield, but the coaching staff told us he's become such a good blocker. He's a three-down guy. Shaping going deep and overthrows everybody.
You know, watch him on film, take on blockers, and they said he actually was getting a little bit of an attitude and getting offended because they would take him out of the game to run the Q run stuff and have someone else come in and lead blocking. He's like, guys, listen, I can do that. And he proved it in a number of games where you see guys blitzing off the edge and he's hitting them right underneath the chin and he's leading through for his talented quarterback, Adrian Martinez, on Q runs.
Baldwin catches it. Upended as he heads toward the 45-yard line. First down Bears. Austin Moore chasing him down. Last time K-State led by 4 touchdowns on the road, 45-14. They beat Kansas in 2015. Baldwin again on the receiving end of a Blake Shapen pass.
I want to look at the total yards. It's not that big of a difference. Like the total yards is not indicative of what the score actually is. I think Coach Grimes has done a very good job, the offensive coordinator for Baylor. They just haven't been able to put all the drives together, right? And the thing is, the Kansas State offense has ended their drives with touchdowns, and Baylor, it seemed like since the beginning of the game, have been chasing points and trying to stay in the game. So they go for it on 4th down, and they just haven't been able to get in the end zone.
Josh Hayes is down for K-State. We'll come right back. Back in Waco, 31-3 K-State, trying to keep the Bears out of the end zone. 5:19 to play. Shapen, loading it up. Man, incomplete. That's the true freshman Parrish in coverage. Hal Presley just couldn't hang on to that one.
It's a nice job of Parrish looking back and find the ball so he doesn't get a pass interference call. But he turns his head and loses it, and then Presley just lets it fly right through his hands.
We talked about Brents and the targeting call last week against Texas and sent him out early. It was Parrish that came in and spelled him at the cornerback position. A lot to ask from a young guy. Shapen intercepted. Drake Cheatham has it, and he'll just take a knee. Second pick of the night.
Oh, no.
Oh, now we got a little pushing and shoving going on.
Get the guys to the side. No need to be kicked out for the next game.
Micah Mazuka out there, and
Udike Uzama.
Yeah.
And the frustration just boiling over.
Now here's the play.
Yeah, there's an interception, just an overthrow over the middle. And he just takes a shot at Udike Uzama, but Udike Uzama, you have to get back. I mean, I know You know, you got pride and all that. You can't just allow a guy to put his hands in your face seemingly for no reason. We didn't see what all happened before that, but you got to try to get back because you got a lot to play for.
Over. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 95, Baylor. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 61, Kansas State. That is both players' first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game. The penalty yardage cancels. The result of the play is an interception. First down, Kansas State.
Referee got his numbers kind of crossed.
Yeah, I think
it's 65 and 91.
Yeah,
it's an easy thing. Could have happened to anybody.
Yeah, and
95 isn't
and
the
Gabe
culprit.
Hall for Baylor saying,
wait a minute,
I wasn't even on the field.
I don't even play offense.
Well, here's the deal. Big games coming up next couple of weeks. You don't want to do this. And obviously none of this warrants any kind of a suspension or anything like that. But you don't want to risk that. You don't want to do anything that's going to put you on the sideline for one of these critical games down the stretch.
Yeah.
Vaughn. Gain of 3 on first down. Let's go back. Adrian Martinez, 3rd and 1, quarterback sneak. Matt Jones lands on his leg. He goes out. Enter Will Howard. And I'm telling you what, these two get along great. Support one another. Doesn't matter who's on the field, who's on the sideline. Wonderful to see if you're a coach.
Yeah, and people wondering, well, that's not a big of a deal. I'm just telling you, the starting quarterback never catches, right? You have somebody catch for you, you hand the ball to the quarterback. But because Martinez is hurt, he's still the starting quarterback as of right now, but he comes out and he catches for Howard. That's good, man. I mean, it's not too many starting quarterbacks that get hurt and whatever the case may be, and they come out and they'll catch for their teammate as he warms up. Because you talked about it in the break. There might be some controversy. There was some controversy rising after the Oklahoma State game, but you know, this is a second outing, and he's playing so well. And not that Adrian Martinez is not playing well, but Will Howard has played so well. I mean, sometimes you want to ride with the hot hand, so there's going to be it's a good problem to have, especially since those guys are friends, but it's not everything, but it's something.
It's a double-edged sword. You want to have the great backup, but unfortunately, if you have a great backup and he does this, that can equal quarterback controversy. So far, they've managed it quite well. R.J. Garcia makes the catch, his first of the night.
And they gave him the first down, too. Nice job.
Last time Baylor scored less than 10 points at home, it was a 42-3 loss to Oklahoma State here in Waco at the end of 2020. Kansas State tonight now closing on 80 plays from the line of scrimmage on offense. That is just a big number for a team that comes in averaging just over 65. Well, Will Howard, I mean, what he did at Oklahoma State, we won't soon forget. But tonight, on the road, tough environment, big game. I mean, this is huge in a relief role.
And Baylor's defense has thrown everything but the kitchen sink at him. They've thrown corner blitzes. They've thrown cross-buck barrel blitzes from the linebackers, everything, and he's dealt with it. 19 of 27, almost 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's been efficient. He's been poised. He's moved around in the pocket. He's created extra opportunities after the play's not there. He's been special tonight.
Well, and as a young guy, a backup, I mean, he doesn't turn it over, which is great if you're a head coach. DJ Giddens gets the carry. He's gotten plenty of work tonight. Closing on 50 yards is the freshman. So now you're K-State working on a win here. Move to 5-2 in the conference. You go on the road to get West Virginia, winnable game. Coming home,
West Virginia's got their new quarterback. Let's see who they trot out at quarterback. Garrett Green, a burst of energy for that West Virginia offense earlier today.
And K-State is working on a real opportunity to go play in the Big 12 championship game. Giddens runs right. Second down with just over a minute to play. A couple of more snaps, and the Wildcats will be ready to load it up and head back to Manhattan with an enormous road victory. And you know what? They've had 3 losses this year. They lose to Tulane. Surprised a lot of people, but Tulane, a great football team. They go on the road next week, win in Norman, Oklahoma. You lose against TCU. You come back the next week. Big blowout win at home over Oklahoma State. The loss last week to Texas. And you come here to Baylor and win convincingly. Great teams don't lose 2 in a row. And the Wildcats once again bouncing back from a loss.
Yeah, I mean, it was super impressive to watch. I can't say it enough. I don't think Baylor played a bad football game. I think that Kansas State was just that good tonight.
That's going to be it. Great offense, great defense, great special teams. Adrian Martinez gets hurt, no problem. Will Howard interstage left, and he leads the Wildcats to a big win on the road. They're now 7-3, 5-2 in league play. Baylor falls to 6-4. They are 4-3 in the conference. Final score from Waco: K-State 31, Baylor 3. Stay with us. More post-game reaction from McLean Stadium after you watch this on FS1.